Hello and welcome to the analysis desk. We're a bit strapped for time as we have the next match to play, so we're going to get straight into Janko's analysis. Give us your analysis of the round that you have selected.
Right, it was the smoke round that we referenced briefly in the game, so I'm going to try to give a general example of what's the thought process behind the round, why it usually doesn't work and why it worked this time around. So you can see the smoke being thrown top mid, and the molly, this is PKL faking that they're going for mid control basically by himself, while the rest of the team is setting up for that smoke execute towards the A bomb site. I'm going to fast forward it a little bit. You can see the smokes flying over. There's a molly as well and a smoke for CT. And PKL is still lurking towards mid as the team is now fighting, pushing slowly. You can see this is the problem. Like after this, you want to try and get control of either CT or of connector, but you should try and do it as a team. The problem here is you see Destiny, he's going to try and do it by himself. PKL dies, so they lose all pressure on the lurk, so he's probably forced a little bit to make a play at this point. He goes for it, dies as well, and now they're in a 3v5 situation, basically, but Yell still somehow manages to plant the bomb. This was very lucky as the smokes that they had here cleared, but no one was peeking that position, neither Lucas from CT. So they're just playing it safe, waiting for the rest of the team to come in and then play the retake. The problem in this situation is, as you can see, the CTs are out of utility, so they have to go for straight aim battles, and this is a very weird retake because you can see 3 CTs are all coming from the connector area, but all the 3 Ts are also from the same line. So there's no, usually you would like to have crossfires set up, but that's just not possible in this particular round. So we will see a lot of raw aim battles between the teams that the Ts will eventually win. So the problem with this round is, generally speaking, what happens is if you throw the smokes, you need to push through them and gain map control, because if you don't do that, when the retake comes in, the CTs will usually have smokes and Molotovs, so they can molly this, smoke A-apps, molly or smoke ramp, do the same for sandwich, and that limits all the positions you can play from. You can't establish those crossfires anymore, and then it's very hard to defend the bomb plant. Why it worked this time around is because look at the utility on the CT side. They don't really have a lot of it. Most of this is going to be spent early on in the round. In the end, it came down to a 3v3 and raw aim battles, which is something that in this situation is going to favor the Ts simply because, you know, they're able to go for those battles unobstructed by some of the utilities. So usually you go for what Destiny tried to do. You try to push either connector or CT, like Immortals did in the second pistol round. The principle is the same. You just need to do it coordinated, right? Or you have an execute like VP or Tyloo, have your send the upper through B apps and plan for short, something like that. But this time around, it worked for Luminosity, and it was a very key round because it was the first gun round after we had the initial resets with the force buys.
All right, well, thank you again, Janko, for your analysis. We don't have too much time here, so we're just going to jump straight into break. We have TSM versus Immortals coming up next, and that will be on train. So we'll see you very shortly for that.
Thank you, James.
This time.